Now move to motion 53, defending trade union activists, submitted by London Metropolitan University. Can I call the mover, please?
Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Chair and Conference. My name is Rosalind Hanmer, London Met Uni, UNISON branch, LGBT officer and first-time speaker at this conference. Thank you. I would like to move motion 53, defending trade union activists. I've moved this motion pointing out journalist and activist Owen Jones, who quotes, "The decline of the trade unions is what lies at the heart of the problems of the working class," unquote. The fact they don't have a voice, their stagnating wages, their lack of rights in the workplace, and the anti-trade union laws legislation, which is increasing, continues to restrict the ability of the unions to represent its people with dignity and pride. We, the activists, are fighting in another climate of greed, stupidity and ignorance that has been named as austerity. Francis O'Grady, the TUC Secretary, spoke out in March this year about David Cameron's plans to review the trade unions as nothing more than a headline-grabbing stunt on behalf of the government. Stunt or not, London Metropolitan University felt the full weight of this attack and the effect of its force was used against trade union activists who were standing on the front line protecting their members from a society and its laws that are not based on people's needs, but on the private profit and protection of the rich, while demonising the trade unions and working class movements in the process. We must protect our members with the full support from the NEC's team. It is imperative that as activists, we are recognised being able to live vibrantly through all our struggles, full of confidence that at the crucial moment, we have complete unity to transform any victimisation or persecution of any of our comrades. London Met branch did this. We turned the impossible into the possible. Max Watson, who is our branch secretary who sits on the NEC, was suspended on the 7th of February 2013, along with Steve Jeffries and Jawad Botham. After 2,500 names on a petition, over 500 letters of protest and hundreds of lobby protests and rallies, we were really united our community behind a common cause after a 5-week campaign, including with the support of the UNISON's president and the NEC. By the 13th of March, Max, Jawad and Steve were all back at work. Thank you. Thank you to the NEC. At that time, Max said this is about privatisation and about our right to challenge the management rather than manage the challenges. I draw on a quote by Mark Sawatka at a public meeting showing his union support for our campaign. Quote, "What is at stake here is that the incompetent management, when everyone can see what a tissue of lies this is, can get away with victimising or ultimately sacking people on such trumped-up charges. I cannot think of a more important reason for trade unions everywhere to get behind this campaign, because if we can stop it, it sends an equally powerful message to everyone on our side, which is, when we stand together, we can win and stop them in their tracks. This is what we did. We stood united and management backed down. We turned their poison into our medicine, and we are very proud of winning this campaign. The late Bob Crow wrote to London Met to say, the RMT refuses to engage with the anti-union employers and threatens to pull out funding of students at the London Met. He stated that when RMT union takes a very robust stand, when RMT reps are victimised, and he put his money where his mouth was, thanks to Paul Holmes, also from the NEC, who spoke inspirationally at our branch committee the week after Max was suspended. This helped boost our confidence that we could win, and we did win. I will finish on this, so please support this motion. We ask for protection for all trade unionists and activists fighting for culture, economic and social justice. Thank you, Conference. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Delegate.